And welcome students to our next review lesson. We're going to do another quick overview this time. We're going to do our overview on interfaces and of inner classes. So if you recall with interfaces, these are a structure used in Java kind of used to dictate the methods of a class. That's kind of the easy way to wrap your mind around it. Obviously, if you remember from programming 2, there's a little bit more nuance in that, but that's the quick, easy version. So for example, if an interface has the methods getName and getAge, then your class will have to have those methods as part of the class. It will be very happy if you try to create the class and you've implemented the interface and you didn't put those methods in, so they have to be in there. Now to use an interface, the class merely has to put implement in front of that. So it just has to implement the interface. So public class ordered hourly employee extends hourly employee, implements ordered, and that's it. So this class, of course, is called our ordered hourly employee, is extending the hourly employee class, which remember was a derived class itself, so that means this is a derived class, and it's implementing the ordered interface. Now, interfaces themselves can also be extended by derived interfaces. So, for example, public interface showably ordered extends ordered. So ordered, if you remember, is the original interface, showably ordered is the derived interface. Now with inner classes, these are classes placed within other classes, and often you'll see these kind of fulfill the role as like a helping class, in which case they are marked as private. When you have inner classes, one thing you have to remember is that your compiler is going to generate .class files for each inner class plus the outer class. So for example, if you have 2 inner classes, then you'll have 3 class files. That's one thing to remember. Even though it's one file, when you go to compile it, your one Java file is going to turn into 3 class files. Now, inner classes can also be marked as static using the static modifier. So just like our main class that we're so used to using with public static void, main string, args, etc., we can create inner classes that are also marked as static. Now, I mentioned private inner classes, but there's also public ones. Now, public ones, if you remember, have a little more nuance to them than that of the private ones. There are 2 ways really to use public inner classes, which is either through non-static or static calls. So first we'll look at the non-static, public class bank account, public class money, To implement this, we're going to say bank account equals new bank account, which made the object. Bank account.money amount equals account.new money, $41.99. System amount.println, amount.getAmount, which of course produces $41.99. Now, if we look at public inner classes that are the static side, if we have an example here, you'll notice in this example we have both a non-static and a static method in here because they behave slightly differently inside of the static class. So if we wanted to create an object class, we're going to say outer class.inner class is inner object equals new outer class.inner class. And then to invoke the methods, if I want to do the non-static, I can say inner object dot non-static method because it's just a static call. But if I want to invoke the static method, I can either say inner object dot static method, or the more in line with some conventions would be outer class dot inner class dot static method. So you have some options there. Now, if you just wanted to say I'm just going to do inner object dot, that's fine. Just remember the big thing to keep track here is how you construct these is going to vary based upon whether it's a private or a public inner class. All right, and I told you it was quick. All right, again, I'm going to put some materials up for you in the classroom materials so you can see any kind of Java files that might help you with some examples. But other than that, folks, it's a quick and easy one. We have one more review topic to go over, which is that of recursion, which I know some of you struggle a little bit more with. So that's why with recursion, we're actually going to do not 1, but we're going to do 2 review labs to hopefully help you get a little bit better grasp on it before we move on to the new topics for this course. And that's going to conclude things for now. Until next time.